Creative Brain Candy by creators for creators.
Welcome to Simply Stogies Presents Cigars and Coffee, Take 3 from Omaha, Nebraska. We are at Safari Cigars. You guys know Tim, nobody cares. We're here with Jeff Dahl, owner of Safari Cigars. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Jeff was on in September with his lovely wife, Mary. We talked about all kinds of great stuff. We talked about the lounge. We talked about how you got started in cigars, how you came to own the lounge, and we're back. And we kind of want to re-highlight this business. Jeff, how have you been?
Good. Things been going really well for us. A lot better than I expected, to tell you the truth.
Really? I know you said that the first time we talked last year, you said once you closed and you had to open back up, you were surprised at how many people were coming back.
I was very surprised. At first, our bar side of it was a little bit slow, but over the next couple months, it kept on picking up, and our cigar business is great because I think a lot of people were just buying cigars to go sit on their porch and hang out, and and you couldn't go anywhere and couldn't really buy a lot of stuff. So it seemed like cigars were the perfect vehicle.
So now that the vaccines are out there and people are either getting sick of being quarantined or they're feeling a little bit more brave because they've got the vaccine, are you seeing people trickle back into the lounge?
We're seeing. I'm absolutely flabbergasted how well we've been doing. I mean, people have been coming back in. We still don't have. I mean, we still have some people that haven't come back in, but we seem like we picked up a whole bunch of new clientele too. And we've actually talked to some people that have actually used to smoke cigars and got back into it again. Yeah. So
it's interesting that you say that because I think we may have talked about this in the episode that you and your wife were on. But what is it's weird, isn't it, that a disease, a sickness that affects the lungs as badly as COVID does, people are smoking cigars now more than ever.
More than ever. There was an article out there. They said that actually they thought cigar smoke was actually good for fighting against COVID. But we haven't seen that many people get sick of our customers. And the other side of it is a few that weren't that sick. We haven't anybody, lock up on us, or we're tied up for 4 or 5 months. So maybe there was some correlation with that. I'm not saying it was or scientifically, but
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. But I thought it was a good form to go with.
I do, yeah, absolutely, especially as a business owner.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with that one.
No, that's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so you're not the only business owner that's told me this, is that COVID has somehow helped them year over year. They're up.
Yeah. So we were up, we ended up, even after being closed for 2.5 months, we were up, not very much, but I mean, we picked up 2.5 months.
Wow.
And this year's been really good for us. So, we got people come in and, they'll come in and go, what's your rules here? And I go well, I'm not a nanny state and you're an adult. So you tell us if you want to sit alone, we'll handle that for you. I mean, if you don't care, then fine with us too.
It was funny because we came in during Mass.
Right.
Because we go to, we're going to go to Capitol later today. And you know Tony.
Yeah, very well. Great guy.
And Jeff down there.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go
Austin.
there.
Or is it Jeff?
Well, no, Jeff's their humidor coach.
Oh, humidor.
I know him. I know him and Tony. I don't know the other one.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever met him.
Austin, yeah.
But Tony's a great guy, and Jeff's a semi-okay guy. But when you go there, they're very much in touch with the COVID. Like, you've got to wear the mask unless you're smoking or you're drinking. If you get up and you're not smoking or drinking, you got to put the mask on. Like, there's a hand.
Well, Lincoln has a whole bunch of new rules down there, and it's a little bit more difficult to do business in Lincoln.
But when we walked in, we were wearing the mask. And I looked at your wife and I said, "Should we keep wearing the mask until we smoke?" And she's like, "I'm not your babysitter."
Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with.
That's what she said.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. She was very nice.
Yeah.
I'm the one who said, I'm not your babysitter. And I was
Yeah.
She's very nice. So I was just like, all right, cool. She's like, so whatever you're comfortable with. I'm like, I'm comfortable not wearing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I put it away. So do you have a lot of people come in and like they turn around because they see no one's wearing masks?
No, they. It's a different world in the cigar community, and I think a lot of them. And I'm not. I don't know. I'm not criticizing the whole situation, but they don't seem to have a big concern about it. Neither, we do. I mean, we sanitize the place. We've taken some extra precautions. We do what we're supposed to do in Omaha. You know what I mean? But it doesn't seem like there's, and it's getting less and less a concern that there was out there at one time.
Sure. Yeah.
You wanted us to set up to look at the bar.
Yeah.
I know that you were.
This is torture for me because it's kind of early in the day. I know it's 5:30 somewhere, but I see a bar.
I told Tim on the way here, I literally said, I'm like, it's a bar, Tim. I'm like, and it's a nice bar.
Yeah,
it's like
it is.
A whiskey bar. And he's like, it's early.
Yeah, we need to change the episode from cigars and coffee to cigars and whiskey.
This is what
Yeah.
Tim was like, no. So I'm all about it. Tim wants to drink. He can drink. I've learned not to drink.
Well, you're the DD.
Because it tends to just go downhill rather quickly. But you used to be in the industry, in the alcohol industry. You worked for.
I was in the beer business. I was actually a beer wholesaler for Anheuser-Busch.
So, is it different? I think we talked about this a little bit on the episode too. Is it different having a bar and a cigar lounge? Or
I think it's an added appeal. We sell atmosphere here more than anything else. Having a very comfortable place, being very in tune with our customers. We always say you're only a stranger here once. We make an effort to introduce ourselves and introduce them to our customers, to build relationships. And that's all it's all about. And I think I mentioned this once to you before, is I read this when I was 10 years old. It was Adolphus Busch put this in his book on the front cover. It said, you take care of your customer, you never worry about your business.
Yep.
Right.
And that's been something that's stuck in my head all my life. You know what I mean? It's all about customer service. And, a cigar bar it's more than, it's not, we don't look at it as a business. This is something we enjoy, and meeting people. We're 8 years today.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Business. Yeah.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
Thank you very much. And we never kind of looked at it as a business. It's something we really enjoyed. And I think sometimes when you walk in, and not downgrading anybody, but you can tell when you walk in how friendly, how everybody acts. If you walk in, everybody just stares at you. It doesn't feel comfortable.
And I've had those experiences as a cigar smoker. You walk in some places and you immediately feel like you're the enemy.
Yeah.
You're the outsider. Why are you here? I don't know you.
I don't.
Here, it wasn't that at all. And I'm going to brag on you for just a minute. The first time I walked in here, which was last fall of 2020, I was blown away because first, this is the quintessential cigar bar. When I think of cigar lounge, before I was a cigar smoker, when I would think of what a cigar lounge looked like, it looked like this. And this is inside a strip mall, and this is what blows me away. There's so many, and Tim and I talked about this, cigar lounges that are in strip malls, and I would have never thought before setting foot inside a cigar lounge in a strip mall that they could look like this. This is high-end, upscale, but approachable.
I think that's the real key to,
You don't have to walk in with a suit and tie. I certainly am not. I'm not a suit and tie guy, but you will be just as comfortable here in a suit and tie as you will be in jeans and a sweatshirt or a t-shirt like Tim.
I mean, one of the things that I was kind of like in awe when I walked in, this is my first time being here, and it's like I walk in, I take a step, I'm like, ooh, wow, that's neat, that's cool. I take another step, now there's something else that's like, oh, wow, that's neat. And it was all the way back here. It was just like, how cool is that? There was always something to look at and something to grab my attention, which I found really cool.
And the first time I was here, I sat down, I was kind of keeping to myself. And the staff here was great. They were extremely friendly. Do you need anything? Or you don't need anything? Because I'm not a big drinker, so I think I was drinking water and having a cigar. And then I talked to your humidor coach. Mm-hmm. I talked with him, and then he brought you over. And you weren't obligated to sit down and chat with me. I wasn't certainly like, hey, here I am. I want to do this, this, and this. I just sitting here. I wanted to scout the place out. take some pictures, maybe do a review. And you sat down with me and your wife sat down with me. For an hour, we just chatted. We just had a conversation. And I looked at you and we were having such a good time after about an hour. I said, would you guys want to be on the podcast? And you're like, sure. So the next morning I came in, first thing when they opened, you and your wife came in. He gave me his coffee because I didn't stop to get any. He gave me his, like, here, just take my coffee. I'm fine. You bought me a cigar, an Atabag, out of their huge walk-in humidor. Like, they have everything in there. And you're going to see here in just a second. And so it was a lot of fun, and we had a great conversation. But he wasn't under any obligation to do any of that. And it's just the level of service and how friendly everyone is here. Like he said, you're only a stranger once here at Safari. And after that, they know you. You're family. So when you're in Omaha, you've got to stop in. What's the address here, Jeff?
13110 Birch Drive.
See, now I don't have to look it up and look like an idiot. Or make Tim look it up. And he
Research on the fly.
Research on the fly. None of that. We've got it right here from the horse's mouth. So you're going to be the first cigar lounge that we're teaming with to do this. It's called the Simply Stogies 5-pack. Tim, you got the 5-pack?
I do.
Where's it at? Way to have it ready, Tim. Consummate professionals.
Tim's kind of like the backseat driver. You got to give him a little steering wheel, too.
Right. This is volunteer work all right here.
He gets it.
Yeah. Hey, there's entertainment value in this somewhere.
Somewhere. Usually when I'm ragging on Tim. All right. What do we got there, Tim?
Oh,
so
here, I'll tell you what. Let me bring them to you one at a time, and you can go over.
One at a time. All right. So we've got this is the Cro-Magnon EMH from Roma Craft. This is going to be the first one. This 5-pack is curated by myself and Tim, taking what we think are some of the best and most approachable cigars in their humidor and putting them in a 5-pack. Now, we certainly could have gone. Excuse me. We certainly could have gone with Davidoff. An Atabag.
He wanted to. He wanted to
so badly.
Yeah.
We all know, if you watch this show, Tim doesn't smoke $30 sticks.
I don't do it.
Unless I give them to him.
Well, no, even when you give them to me, I don't.
Shits on them.
No, that's not true. All right. Number two, another one of your favorites?
Another one of my favorites, the Hoyo de Nicaragua Numero Uno La Ambassadeur. I love this cigar. That's an
excellent cigar.
It's very great cigar.
That's a great one. And this is the one we're going to smoke today?
This is the one we'll smoke today. This is the Southern Draw Rose of Sharon, however you pronounce that. Have you had this one?
Yeah, I've had them, every one of them.
You had we had that conversation too, and go listen to that podcast. It's a great podcast. I like this cigar a lot. I think it's different than most Connecticut.
No, I had this one here. I had to slip it in.
The Cane D. He slipped it in.
Yeah, I slipped that in. Anybody who's ever listened to me, which is almost nobody, knows that is one of my favorite
Cane's kind of like
cigars.
the Model A of cigars.
Oh, wow. All right, so apparently everybody's going to be buying this for the 4-pack.
Fire the thing up.
It's the 4-pack, and then the one.
Yeah, and then one extra thrown in there.
And this is the Warfighter.
It's the Garrison?
Garrison, 556 Garrison. Which this looks like an interesting cigar. Do you know what this is?
That's actually one that about 3 years ago at the Nebraska Cigar Festival, that's when I was introduced to Warfighter tobacco. And there's not a whole lot of places that I've found that carry these. So whenever I find them on the shelf, I usually pick them up.
We do well with that Warfighter.
They do really well.
Guys,
I think they started here, Benton, Iowa, I believe, or Nebraska.
Yeah, they were down by Lincoln someplace, and now they moved because of our tax issues. Yep. They had to move down to Texas. I think is that where they're at now, but we still do a lot of business with them.
It's really a good cigar brand. If you haven't had Warfighter, definitely check it out. When you're in the Omaha area, you're going to want to stop in Safari Cigars. I said this in the podcast, this is a destination spot. Like most people don't think, I'm going to go to Nebraska. This is a destination spot. So do you have any events coming up soon that you want to tell the people about?
Next week, we have Ashton Cigars, and we're doing 3 high-end tequilas.
There you go.
Tequila tasting and cigars.
And I would tell you what the tequilas are, but our reps haven't told us about, because there's 2 that we're still waiting to get in. So
now, when you put these together, do you put them together with like the alcohol reps?
We try to match them up. It all depends if we can, because a lot of times we'll bring in very special items, especially on the alcohol side. And so there's really a notes to them. So we just put them out there, and the rep comes in and talks about them, and we actually use our customer base to tell us what they think with the cigar, and we try to get them matched up. But it's like, I don't know, it's pretty hard to match stuff up sometimes.
Yeah. Let me ask you this before we get you out of here, and Tim and I sit here and prattle on, and nobody really wants to watch that, but you're going to. How do you figure out what you're going to carry? Because you have a huge humidor.
Yeah.
How do you?
We look for new items all the time because it seems like that's what the market's looking for, and it's kind of difficult because people will look at items and go like, I don't like this cigar at all, but it might sell, so we bring it in,
right?
And it's not about what I like, it's about what my customers like, and plus with our database we can kind of keep track and see what's going on. So if we got something not moving for 6 months, we'll run those out and bring something new in. We're always looking for new product.
Do you do that with the alcohol as well?
Yeah, pretty much so. But that's a little bit more difficult because you can sit on some stuff for 6 months and won't move an ounce of it. Next thing I know, they go, "We're out." How are we we're out? You know what I mean? And that's more difficult. The alcohol side is difficult because it's there's no pattern to it. Especially on the higher end stuff. So it's kind of difficult sometimes because when you're buying $1,500 to $2,000 bottles of scotch or bourbons, and we'll move. If it moves in 6 months, we're okay. Hey, that's great, But some of the lower end ones, do a little better. And there's so many names out there that are really hard to get now.
Yeah. Right.
We're getting bottles and stuff like we're having to take little 750 bottles. That's the only way we can get them. Because there's such a shortage of different alcohol.
Is that a COVID thing or is that?
It's a COVID deal. I understand. I mean, we have like 55 bottles back ordered. Of stuff that we can't get. So
is it hard for you to get some of the hard to find stuff that everybody else finds hard to find?
One of the things that's always crazy is Pappy. And we'll get 4 bottles of it, but and then I get customers go, well, I'll buy that bottle from you. Well, then they won't give me any more unless I sell it over the bar because then it doesn't get out for them. But you go to major markets and they got Pappy all over the place. I mean, they're
super expensive, but they've got it.
Yeah, and I don't quite understand that Pappy. I think it's more marketing. They've done an excellent job on marketing on the side of it, but people want it. They seem to be crazy about it. But
you got to give the people what they want, I guess.
Yeah, some people. Some bars you can hold on to. I mean, they mark up the price. We got a fair price on it. We move it, gone, move on. We get something else.
There you go, Jeff. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
stopping
both.
by.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
So that was Jeff Dahl, owner here of Safari Cigars, Omaha, Nebraska. When you're in Omaha, this is the place to go. The humidor is gigantic.
Yeah, it's really nice and plenty of room to walk through. I mean, lots of cigars in there. I was impressed.
You walk in and the lights click on.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the freezers do at Hy-Vee when you're walking down the frozen food section. As you walk, they turn on. Same thing, but without the frozen
For those of you
food.
Not from the Midwest, Hy-Vee is
It's a grocery store, yeah.
Grocery store. So today we're smoking the Southern Draw Rose of Sharon. I don't know.
Sharon!
Not Aussies. Sharon, I don't think.
I doubt it.
No. This is a cigar that I really like, so we're going to review that. We're also going to review. This is going to be a little bit different because we are so comfortable. I am.
You are super comfortable.
Oh, you have no idea. I could take a nap.
These chairs are comfortable. When I walked in the door and we started working our way to the back, I kind of saw these chairs and I was like, "Ooh, let's get comfortable. We got to sit in them chairs. Let's do this."
Right. So we walked in and Mary's like, "Where do you guys want to sit?"
Right.
Like, where do you want to go? Do you want to do out front where there's some light, or do you want to do in the back? And I'm like, Tim's like, the back. Look at those chairs. And that was his voice, too. Yeah. It got sultry and low. Look at those chairs.
Yeah, it got way creepy.
I want to sit in those chairs, James.
They are comfortable.
They're very comfortable.
When you swing by, you can sit in this chair right here.
Right in front of the bar.
Yep.
Right behind the bar. Yep. And that's, these will be our chairs. Make sure that you call Safari, even if you're not coming to Safari in Omaha, make sure you call for the 5-pack.
They will ship.
They will ship. I think it's a great selection of cigars that really kind of, it's 2 from each of us. It's kind of in our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And then 1 where we were kind of like, this is a good.
agreed on. Yeah. said, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big Roma Craft guy, but Roma Craft's good. It's a solid cigar.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the cigars. So the coffee. Let's talk about the coffee first.
All right, let's talk about the coffee first.
So here's the thing. So we drove today, which is why I'm a little probably discombobulated.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. We pretty much just hurried up to get here.
Got up in the morning.
You exerted a lot of energy to not kill me on the road because, my friends, this man has road rage. I almost died. I almost died
But
more
did
than one
you
time.
die?
I did not die,
But
but
did
I
you die?
almost died more than one time.
Look. If you're on the
his
interstate,
horn works. His middle finger, he waves that really proud.
If you're on the interstate, don't drive like an idiot. That's all I'm going to say. So
Well, it was mostly semis.
we got into town. We grabbed a quick bite.
Yeah.
Tim had chicken tacos, which is basically just a chicken sandwich that he used each bun as a taco shell.
Yeah.
Instead of just eating the damn sandwich.
Hey, it works. It worked.
Whatever.
It works for me. Don't lie. Next time you go there, you're going to do it. You're going to try it. I guarantee you.
I'm also not going to do what Tim did with the coffee. So we went to a place called Scooters, and Tim got the Caramelicious.
Caramelicious, yeah.
Caramelicious. Like you really legitimately have to say it like that to just not giggle like a schoolgirl. Caramelicious. I trust me. That's not how he said it. We're also going to get, I also got the Americano because I didn't get that one.
Is your coffee hot?
Ish.
Yeah, mine. So, and I don't know if it's because they put cold milk or what they put in there, but it definitely cools everything down.
And
Caramel.
Ishus.
Yes, and Ishus. It was not hot at all from the get-go, from coming out the window. No, not a fan.
Not a fan of the Caramelicious. I'm going to say the Americano.
I almost can't even tell there's coffee in there.
The Americano's actually not bad. It's smooth. There's a little bit of acidity, which, by the way, heard Chris watches this, and he thinks that we come off as a bit pretentious when we start talking about coffee and the acidic notes.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Is he the same guy that said that if we don't sing, he'll pay $10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Holding you to it.
He's already a Cutter Club member. He's giving us $10.
Oh, I thought it was in addition to. No?
Wait. So is he going to pull his support if we continue to sing? Ooh. I think there's only one way to find out, Tim. Don't. Wait. I'm not paying the royalties.
Yeah. So how's the Cutter Club looking?
So the Cutter Club, if you go to buymeacoffee.com/Simply Stogies, you too can join the Cutter Club. We're just a few away.
We're getting close.
Yeah, about 3 people away from being able to order cutters and then have them shipped from me to you free of charge. So if you like what you see here, or you just think, you know what, I might pay you guys to shut up, buymeacoffee.com/Simply Stogies. Join the Cutter Club. It'll be a branded cutter. I'll have Simply Stogies on. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Me either.
Excited.
Are you excited for that as you were for the Caramelicious? Because I must say you were very excited for the Caramelicious.
No, that is untrue. That is untrue. You made it when you should have been there when we went through and he ordered the coffee, because we did kind of sound like a couple arguing in the car. But
it made the woman behind the counter laugh.
Oh yeah, she was laughing.
They were
hard.
both.
So,
I think there were 2 of them in there. They were laughing.
Yeah, hey, they got a kick out of it. It's good. So, what do you think of the cigar?
I actually dig it. I think it's more medium plus than medium or mild for a Connecticut shade. Yeah. I think there's some spiciness to it.
I think it started off a little bit on the mild side, but as I'm getting into the middle here, it's starting to beef up and show a little bit more complexity, which I actually am digging quite a bit.
Yeah, I like this a lot. This is...
Now, have you had this, the Southern Draw, have you had this prior to today?
I have had it, just not this Vitola.
Okay.
So this is the Toro. It's a box press. It looks like. I think I had it was either the Robusto.
It is a box press, and I do like that.
Yeah, And so typically when you have a box press, you're going to get more. It's going to be a stronger flavor. It's going to be more full than not typically. Like it has something to do with pressing the oils together.
That would make sense.
I don't know. But
one of these days we'll find out for sure.
One day. Today is not that day.
Today, I don't think this is the year, but sometime in the near future, hopefully.
Today has just been rough. It's been kind of rough.
It has been.
So I drove the 4 hours here. I picked him up. So for him, it was only 2 hours.
And I didn't even drive. I just had to hold on to the oh shit handle in your car halfway.
And I had to deal with him whining and bitching and get me killed.
But we already established that you're the one that reached out to me first. And so decisions were made.
And regrets, I have many. So we got here and just trying to set up. Obviously, the chairs won't be right here. We moved them a little bit so we get a nice shot of the bar in the background because the bar is really the centerpiece here. That doesn't mean that they focus on the bar aspect of it. They really focus on the humidor. The humidor is very well kept, but it's a nice place. It's a high-end bar. They've got nice whiskeys, nice scotches.
Yep, I was actually when you ran to grab an extension cable.
Part of the debacle so far that is today.
Right. Yeah. So I kind of set some things up or tried to get it as close to set up as possible while you were doing that. I had a little time just to kind of check out some of the stuff that they have, and it's everything that they have. Whiskey-wise anyway, it's all stuff that I would love to have in my bar if I don't already have it in my bar at home.
Right.
So this is definitely a good place to get a good whiskey.
And when you go and you listen to the episode with Jeff and Mary Dahl, it's not a place where you're going to come to get drunk.
No.
It's not. That's not the vibe here. This is a laid-back, upper class. It's just a classy joint. It is It's luxurious. It is comfortable. It
feels like home.
It does feel like home.
Yeah, it's kind of
if you had a lot of money.
But yeah, it's the home you would want to have if you had the money.
It's like the home that you would see at Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous with Robin Leach. You remember that show?
Yeah,
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Did that get replaced with Yo MTV Cribs? Or?
I think it did.
Yeah.
Which is not a good show. But I would have the large walk-in humidor with probably almost everything they have in there. They've got everything from Rocky Patel, Hamlet's, Davidoff, Atabey, Camacho.
Yeah, Camacho.
I think they saw some CAO.
CAO. They have a good selection of CAO.
Padron.
Mm-hmm. They have a whole Drew Estate section.
So they have everything from the mainstream to a lot of boutique stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I would really like to see Castagli in here. This is the vibe.
I think they would do well, and I think Castagli would do well in that humidor. Yeah.
This is the vibe that you get when you smoke a Castagli. It's luxurious. It's rich.
I would have worn my suit, but it's at the dry cleaners.
I would have worn my suit, but I don't own one.
Yeah. Same thing.
Actually, I do own one. I just never wear it. I only wear it to funerals.
Is it black?
Like my soul.
It's the only time I get to dress like Johnny Cash. No?
The shirt would have to be black too, right?
Yeah, you don't wear... No?
What tasting notes are you getting from the cigar? God, I hate you.
It's really, I'm getting a little bit of that spice that you were talking about, but I'm getting kind of like a wood. Almost, I don't know if it's quite cedar, but it's definitely a wood note. Those are the two primary things that I'm getting.
So I'm getting baking spices or biking spaces.
Biking spaces. Oh, I'm picking that up now.
Yeah,
yes.
Baking spices. God, I cannot talk. Today. Baking spices. There is a little bit of wood in here. I think it is cedar.
You think it is cedar?
Yeah, there's a little bit of sweetness in here, but the cinnamon, there's a lot of cinnamon. It's like a really good cinnamon toast that was made over an open fire.
I don't know if I quite get that, but hey, your palate's better than mine, so we'll go with it.
Well, my palate's shit, so... Speaking of palates, go to simplystogies.com. There's a lot of new reviews up. There are 2 Castagli reviews up there. The Castagli Enigma, which is such a great cigar. I think I gave it a 9.6. 9.6.
Yeah, you said you were going to give that cigar a pretty dang good
I love
score.
that. There's also the Castagli. I did another Castagli before. Do you remember which one it was? Because I'm blanking on it. Because
wasn't the Cottontail, was it?
No, it wasn't the Cottontail.
The Spalato 2?
The Spalato number 2. Good Christ, I think I gave that a 9.4.
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's a question for you, and I know that we've kind of talked about it, but everybody knows that you're a Castagli fanboy. Like, if Castagli was a supermodel, you would have a poster of Castagli hanging on your wall.
And probably a restraining order, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, did that play any bias into your review?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't, unless it's a bias that I just can't get rid of.
Right.
But here's the thing. If I smoke a cigar that I think is crap, and I think this goes to kind of how we do business. If I smoke a cigar that I don't think is good, I'm going to tell you it's not good, that I don't think it's good.
Fair
Now,
enough.
your mileage may vary because palates are different.
Right.
And you might interpret a flavor or a taste differently than I do. But
Yeah,
if
I
I
think-
don't think it's good, I'm going to tell you it's not good, which is why we don't take sponsors,
Yeah.
which is why we don't sell advertising. That's not what we're about.
Right.
Here's the thing. If I take an advertisement deal from somebody,
You're pretty much obligated to give them, to talk them up, to sell them. I mean,
that would be what people would think.
Right.
So if it gets a good review and it deserves a good review, people are going to say, well, he's just giving it a good review because he's getting paid by him.
right.
I'm not about that. On the flip side to that, I would feel obligated to a certain extent because I am getting money from the company
Right.
to give them a good review, even if it's a shit cigar. So that's why we don't do it.
Yep. Yeah,
I would rather-
you've been approached a few times in
Yeah.
regards to either providing advertising space or even free samples, which you've turned down several times. Like, hey, I want. Can you review my cigar? I'll send you some samples, and or even with different products, cigar accessories, and so forth. And you're like, yeah, I can do a review. I can do this, but I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna spend my money. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna give it an honest opinion. I'm not going to review it just because you gave it to me for free or something like that.
Right. Unless they are so insistent, like, I'm going to send you these cigars, do with them whatever you want.
Right.
And I'll do it. And I did that with the Epics. Dean was
Yeah,
great. Sent me those.
He wasn't going to let you. He wasn't going to let that go down. Yeah.
And I think I gave him a fair review. The ones that I've reviewed so far, I think I gave them a fair review.
Yep. So now my coffee at this point, and I don't remember what time we bought it. It's cold enough to the point where you might as well throw some ice in it.
Was it good, warmish?
No, not really. No, I'll be honest with
Did
you.
you get the caramel?
That's all it was caramel. It was like caramel milk.
It is called Caramelicious.
Caramelicious. Yeah, I know. But see, I have a Scooters right next to my house. It's 4 or 5 blocks away from my house. I'm not a Scooters guy. I'm not. But we had to pick up a coffee for this episode. So I
We really didn't.
yeah, we didn't, but I feel like it's in the title. We should do it.
Yeah. The Americano's good.
Yeah. Hey,
I'll put it like this.
Some people love it.
This is the way I'll put it. I would rather buy a Scooters than a Starbucks.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we're finally we agree on something. Yeah, I'm not all about $10. Used to be $5. Now it's $10. Do you remember? I assume Jimmy John's is like all around the world.
Here we go. We're probably going to disparage.
No.
a
I was just saying
sponsor.
no, which we just got done saying we don't do.
I won't.
But
we're not reviewing sandwiches. Jimmy
Right.
John's. You want to
No,
give me
I was-
money?
I was just saying,
go
what
get
I-
a Jimmy John's. They're not a sponsor, FYI.
what I was going to say is, I remember when they first opened up, and it was $3.25 for a sandwich. Now that same sandwich is like $8. That's what I was going to say with the
Inflation.
The inflation, yeah, because it used to be Starbucks, then it was $5, now it's $10 for a coffee.
That joke is as old as the hills.
I'm old,
and
and you're older, actually.
twice as dusty. Like, you went a long way for a joke that nobody needed or wanted.
I wasn't going for a joke.
Kind of seems like you were going for a joke.
All right, well, moving on.
He was going for a joke.
No.
This show's going to be a shit show to edit.
Yeah, this one's going to be. You might as well just throw it away.
No.
No? All right. We'll just sit here and smoke. Let's do that. How about let's just do that?
A little bit of pepper. A little bit of pepper coming through now on the cigar. Did you not get that when you got?
I mean, I can get a little bit of pepper spice, but I'm not getting the cinnamon. I'm not getting that at all.
Well, that's the baking spices. Typically, baking spices are cinnamon, nutmeg, along those lines. You're not getting the cinnamon.
No, I'm not. I'm not even
That's
getting
the
what I would. I'm not
spiciness.
even getting what I wouldn't even get. What I would think of like baking spice or what'd you call it? Did you say baking spice or baking powder or cocaine? What'd you say?
Baking spice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not. I guess when I get home, I'll throw a little bit of baking spice in my mouth and see like, is this? But oh yeah, that's what I was tasting. No, I'm not getting that.
Info at simplystogies.com if you'd like to sit here and abuse me. At least maybe you could be funny while you do it.
Now I'm abusing you. Wait till we get out to the car. I'll show you.
I'll show you abuse, you son of a bitch. Nice hat. I like your hat. Yeah. Did you get a haircut?
I did. Yeah. Well, no, I didn't go get a haircut. I gave myself a haircut. Yeah, I cut my own hair for years. Saved so much money. That's how I bought this cigar.
Let's talk about the 5-pack again.
Yeah, let's do that.
Call Safari Cigars.
What's the point behind the 5-pack?
So here's the thing. When we go, because we go all over the Midwest, and soon we'll be going all over the country.
Yep, very soon.
And we hit different lounges, and we go in, and we meet people, and we network. And yeah, while we're there, we buy a 5-pack, and it's great. But look, a lot of the people who watch this and that listen to the podcast, you don't travel nearly as much, maybe. Or maybe you do.
Yeah, maybe you do. You know all their traveling habits?
I don't.
Yeah.
I shouldn't make assumptions. Apparently, there's a game.
I think if
you jump to conclusions, it's like Twister.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I think if our listeners traveled more, had the ability to travel more, I would have probably been replaced by now. And I haven't been, so I guess we could say that maybe they don't travel as much as they want.
Info. Simplystogies.com.
Stogies.com. Yeah.
Let me know if you're interested in a co-hosting gig for this show. But no, we want... Not only do we want to highlight the business and be like, hey, when you're in Omaha or you're in Lincoln or you're in Davenport or you're in Des Moines or you're in wherever we are, stop in here. We want to give that business owner an opportunity to give that experience to you, their humidor experience through our eyes or through our palate without having to leave the comfort of your home.
Yeah, or even if you do happen to find yourself at one of these locations, maybe you don't have enough time to walk around the humidor and decide what you want. Well, we've picked out a couple of cigars, put it into a 5-pack so you can walk in, say, I want the Simply Stogies 5-pack. There are 5 cigars that we enjoy and that the brick and mortar provides. So obviously we're not going to pick something that they don't carry, or we're not going to pick something that's limited edition or something that's just way out there. Because you did try to convince me to throw some Atabays into the bag, which I
wanted an Atabay in there. I wanted the Delirios.
I'm not opposed to it, but let's start
he was
steps.
Way opposed to it.
I was not.
He
way opposed
literally
to it.
stamped his foot through the handful of cigars he had on the ground and said, "No,
but I don't want to." No,
I
said, how much is that?
Nap?
I said, how much is it? He said, well, we don't have to do the $50 one. We could do the $30 one. I had to stop, and I threw my cigars down because I had to check my bank account to see if I had enough money just to buy that one cigar. So then we decided, no, let's try to bring it back down to something that's reasonable and not at the palette of the great and wise James, which we all can't afford. Not everybody has a money tree in their backyard. His money tree, it probably grows some money, maybe a few leaves.
It grows some.
Definitely some semen.
Oh my God. Info, simplystogies.com if you too would like to be a co-host. Lots of TVs. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TVs
I
altogether.
didn't even count. Yeah.
You can go to simplystogies.com and check out the full review here. I think I gave this a pretty high score as well. I'd have to double check, but I'm sure it was in the 9s. This is a fantastic spot. It's large.
Yeah, I was blown away walking in here. I mean, when we pulled up here, like, you don't really know if you're going to expect much when you have a lounge that's in a strip mall. And I said, well, I mean, you never know. But then you walk in and holy crap, it just blows my mind at how nice this place is.
Yeah, and the story about how they had to renovate when they bought it and what it was before and how it's become what it is now is such a great story. Go check that out. But seriously, guys, we really I want to make it very clear here. We don't make any money off of the 5-pack.
No,
this is just us trying to help the lounges out.
Yeah, 100%.
And while Jeff said they're doing great, and after COVID, after they opened up, everything seems like they made up a lot of money in a short amount of time.
Yeah,
people still aren't coming in like they used to. They're coming in, they're trickling in. You can see behind us, it's a little bit busy, and there's a large lounge area
up front. Yeah. So it's it's almost like kind of like a 3-piece where you got your front lounge, which is really nice and wide. It's large, and then you walk through that, and it kind of splits off, where one side's the humidor, and the other side is a whole nother lounge with the bar that you see behind us.
There's a bar, there's a fireplace behind the TV.
That's what I wanted to do. Is I wanted to go the other way and have the fireplace in the background, but I'm already roasting.
If I have the B-roll footage from the first time I was here, maybe I might splice some in. I did a really good job of splicing in some pictures last time in the last episode.
You should.
Did you see that?
You should grab. Never mind. No, I did not see that.
I couldn't find one of the pictures, so I just put in a file not found picture.
All right. That's on the last episode. Mm-hmm. I need to watch it. I have not been. And hey. Fault me if you will, but I have been stupid busy at work.
Info at simplystogies.com.
And somebody, for the love of God, please freaking email info@simplystogies.com and put me out of my misery.
Put me out of his misery. Wait, no, put him out of take him out of my misery.
We are the most dysfunctional pair, I think.
I don't know what that word means.
Yeah. You don't know what dysfunctional means,
no,
but you know.
It was a joke, Tim.
Oh, see? I'm not the only one with shitty jokes.
Bazinga.
All right.
It's a great spot here. They've got a bartender who goes around and makes sure that everyone's taken care of. If you need a drink, if you got water. Last time I was here, they were always filling my water. It was never empty until I told them, I gotta pee. No mas.
Stop.
So they're very friendly. It's a great place to go. And it's like Jeff said, the first time you're here, you're a stranger. And after that, you're family.
Right.
They really do take care of you. I cannot say enough good things about this place. And I don't want this episode to turn into a commercial for this place, but it really should be. Because it's that kind of lounge.
Especially the first time that we go someplace, at least, this is a destination spot, like you said. If you're in the Omaha area, there's plenty of choices to choose from, but this is one that you definitely should consider checking out.
Here's the thing. When Tim and I go anywhere, it's typically like going on vacation with my wife, where she brings everything. Everything. I tell her to pack for 3 days. She has packed for 9. So we take up a large amount of real estate. The mic stand here is into the aisle, and the bartender has had to walk past a couple of times. I feel bad. She hasn't hit it, but she's very cognizant of it, and it's kind of in her road. I don't say anything. They're very nice here. Come here. Spend money. Because I want to keep coming back here. So I don't want this place to go away.
Well, I don't think it's going to go away just because you don't come back here.
I keep hoping that if I don't come back to where Tim's at, he'll just go away.
Hey, I can stop answering my phone. I'm good with that. I really can. Hold on a second. Let me fix this right now.
Perfect. Info at simplystogies.com. So what would you rate this cigar? Let's go ahead and rate the cigar. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe rate the coffee. Caramelicious. What would you give the Caramelicious?
On a scale of 1 to 10, Caramelicious is going to get a solid 1 from me. That is absolutely horrible. I would never get it.
Was it sweet?
Again.
Was it super sweet?
That's all it was that sweet caramel
It was
syrup.
called Caramelicious.
Yeah,
it's not
but it wasn't
geared towards the coffee drinker.
I got the caramel. I did not get delicious.
I wish you all could have been in the car when I ordered it.
I wish we should
really do.
We should totally just record everything just so that we can get those sound bites.
On the next Tales from the Lounge, if you are a Buy Me a Coffee supporter, not only do you get the opportunity to get a cutter should we reach our goal, but you also get a monthly show called Tales from the Lounge, which is pretty much exactly what you got today, except less filtered, if you can imagine that. But in the next episode of Tales from the Lounge, I will be telling the drive-thru story.
All right.
The Caramelicious. Can't believe you chose the Caramelicious. I could have told you it was a 1 before you even got it.
Yeah, well,
it's
I
like
wasn't going to get...
a blended candy bar.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to get just a standard black coffee.
I didn't. I got an Americano.
What's
I'd give the Americano a solid 7.6.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not overly. Is it on par with some of the small batch stuff that we've had, the Be Bright and the even the Cafe Bustelo? No. But it's good. It's good enough. It gets the job done. Gives you that shot of caffeine, and it doesn't taste like overly sweetened caramel bullshit.
All right, my bad. I was thinking that maybe the Caramelicious was something like Caribou's, the caramel mocha,
Mocha Froca Frappuccino.
Yeah. That's what, but it is not. It is basically just milk and caramel juice.
I don't know what caramel juice is, but it sounds gross.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Is it just sugar?
Pretty much. It's caramel flavored sugar. I mean, if you let it sit with fresh air for 3 minutes, it'll harden and you can lick it like a lollipop.
Caramel flavored creamer that you can put in your coffee if you don't like the taste of coffee?
No, but it's actually, no, it's like a caramel syrup that they put in there. It's a simple syrup, but overly caramel flavored is what it pretty much is.
Simple syrup.
With a little bit of milk.
For Simple Tim. If you remember last episode. you stop hitting the mic. I have to edit that out every time you do it.
Don't. Why bother? At this point, why bother?
Why bother? Rate the cigar, Tim. Now, I'm only about 2/3 of the way through mine. I dig this. I know what it tastes like.
This is definitely a cigar that I would enjoy in the morning. It's going to be something that will go great after breakfast with your morning coffee. It took a minute to get interesting, and then about the last third, it started to kind of lose a little bit of interest. But I'm going to give this. I feel comfortable giving it an 8.5.
There you
go. Really comfortable with that.
An 8.5. That's not a rookie score.
No, thanks. I graduated. I studied real hard.
No, I think I would give the Southern Draw Rose of Sharon a solid 8 point. You gave what, 8.5? I'm going to go 8.9.
All right.
I think it's really, really good.
It is a good cigar.
Different enough for a mild to medium plus cigar that.
Yeah, for me, I think it's mild medium. I don't know if I would go medium plus. But again, everybody's a little bit different. I think 8.5 to 8.9 is pretty dang close.
Yeah, I think 8.9 is probably what I'm going to give this. I really, really like these.
Yeah, I would definitely smoke another. That's for sure.
These would be like I should buy a box of these and get these as my morning smokes.
Oh yeah, there you go. We were actually talking about that on the way up here.
We're
having
talking about go-to smokes.
Yeah, your everyday smoke. Something that you just want to smoke your cigar. This is great for that.
Yep. So when you're in the Omaha area, when you're in the Omaha area, make sure you stop by Safari Cigars, 13110 Birch Drive, suite number 108. You can't miss it. It's got the big Safari and then an actual cigar. on the sign, huge, in a strip
If you
mall.
miss it, you shouldn't be driving.
That, or just Google Maps it, or
Google Maps it.
whatever you
Hey,
Whatever you do.
Alexa.
And if you are so inclined to get the 5-pack, that includes this Rose of Sharon that we are smoking today. It also includes a Cro-Magnon EMH, Warfighter 5.56.
Yep, the Garrison of Kane
Garrison.
Daytona.
Cane Daytona, the Cane D, slipping them the old D.
Yep.
And then a Hoya de Nicaragua, Numero Uno La Ambassador.
Yep. Five great cigars that will span everything from waking up to going to sleep.
Yep. Give them a call at 402-396-7962. Again, that number is 402-396-7962. All of this information will be down below in the show notes. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button.
Smash it.
We were talking about that on the way here, too. I don't know. Why do people say smash that button? Just click it. Just with your mouse. Move your little mouse, your little cursor down.
Throw your mouse on the ground and smash it. Smash the like button, the subscribe button.
And while you're here on the interwebs watching us, send me an email, info@simplystogies.com if you'd like to be a co-host. Seriously looking for another one. In all seriousness, though, if you are interested in becoming a cigar reviewer, let us know. Do send us an email, info@simplystogies.com. Both of us get that email. And let us know why you're interested in becoming a cigar reviewer. Looking for literally somebody who can just put one out once a month.
Yeah.
Not looking for anything high level. We have a template you follow. We're all about it.
Yep,
and you can
100%.
put more out. And we have the YouTube channel. You can do YouTube reviews as well. I am open to all manner of shenanigans.
If you enjoy cigars and you want to be creative with the Simply Stogies podcast crew, reach out to us. Let us know.
Yeah, and let us know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It'll be a good time. Maybe we'll come to your town and hang out and take up a bunch of real estate in your home.
That's probably a reason why nobody will email us.
Probably. That's all the time we have this week. I'm James.
I'm Tim.
Stay smoky, friends.